mastered by crime gangs, and there was a lot of violence, and bad alcohol was drunk, and the whole thing was just horrible. But the American people said enough is enough. But you know, isn't it an amazing thing that back then when they passed Prohibition, they actually thought they had to change the Constitution. And then it didn't work, so they repealed it. But just think of what they do to us today. And we accept, unfortunately, and I think that's what this movement is all about. We're tired of accepting this. We can't allow them to continue to do this. To enforce these federal regulations that shouldn't even exist. And one that, well, you know, things that can be done with fish and wildlife and FEMA groups and EPA, it's notorious what they can do. But EPA comes, if you happen to have a little plot of land and you drain a mud hole out of it, you can end up in prison for this. You know, it is the cases that have come up with the abuse of this power in Washington is just unbelievable. But what about this whole idea that the government now assumes this authority over us to decide what is good for us and how the government's going to protect us from ourselves? That is a very, very bad principle. And what do? They regulate, they generally understand they're not supposed to regulate any spiritual values and intellectual matters, but all of a sudden, we as a people for all these years, even after the repeal of Prohibition, we have complacently accepted the idea, oh yeah, they can regulate our food and they're going to tell us what medication we can tell, what we can smoke and what we can drink, and the whole works. Just because they've convinced the majority that, oh, who would tell us what to do, you know, if it wasn't the government? You know, I thought it was a telltale story the other day, you know, when that earthquake hit Washington, D.C., you know, people got a little bit nervous and they had a shudder and they started running around. And they had one woman that was floating around down the street, and she says, why don't they tell us what to do?